Dear students, I am Sobha Bansiwal, Assistant Professor English, SPC Government College Bhim. Today I am going to explain the poem Ring Out Wild Bells by Alfred Lord Tennyson. This poem is extracted from Tennyson's long poem, which is an elegy and which is titled as In Memoriam. Uh, Tennyson wrote this long poem in memoriam. Um he published this poem in 1850, and he took 17 long years to write this poem. This poem, in this poem, he uh, he uh, he wrote this poem in the memory of his friend, uh, his college friend, whose name was Arthur Henry Holland, and who was his sister's fiance. Arthur Henry Holland died in 1833, and in his memory, Tennyson wrote the elegy in memoriam. In this poem, Ring Out Wild Bells, Tennyson um, wants to uh, wants to rid of all the old things, sorrows, and griefs uh, in the end of the year, and he wants to celebrate the new year with new hopes and aspirations. Uh, when Tennyson was a Victorian poet, and during in Victorian age, uh, there was going on a transformation. The old order the old order of things was losing faith, and new order of things had not been established, so there was confusion. uh, Tennyson represented his age. He presented all the social evils which were present in his age in his poems. He presented in his poems all the social evils prevalent in his age. Um, in this poem also, Tennyson speaks about all the social evils and many vices in human heart. He wants that at the end of the year, people of his country should for should should leave all the vices uh, and and social evils, and they should adopt truth and good things of life and good manners. This poem was written on the midnight of. It is considered that this poem was written at the midnight of 31st December, um, 1836. In this poem, the poet says, Ring out wild bells to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. It is a custom in Christian religion to ring bells at midnight of 31st December to welcome the new year. Uh, in so here the poet um, says that ring out wild bells to the wild sky. He addresses the bells to ring out uh, uh, the clouds and frost uh, from the sky. Here the clouds and frost represent all the confusion and miseries of life. He uh, he wants to say that with the end of this year, all the miseries and sufferings of life should end. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die. He address. He says that the year is dying. The year is ending at this eve. At this evening of 31st December, at the midnight of 31st December, he says that he addresses the rings to uh, he addresses the bells to ring out um, and let this old year die. Ring out the old, ring in the new, and he addresses the bells uh, to ring out so that all the old order of things should be uh, left behind and all the new order of things should be accepted in the upcoming year. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going, let him go. And he says that the year is going, the year is ending, and let him die and let him go. And the happy bells across the snow. And he wants the sounds of bells to be heard across the all the snow covered plains and hills. Means he wants to spread the happiness uh, over, all over the plains and hills. Means far and wide he wants to spread the message of happiness and hope. Ring out the false and ring in the true. And he says that uh, with this new year all the false things of life should be left behind, uh, and the people of his country should believe in truth. Ring out the grief that saps the mind for those Ring out the grief that saps the mind for those that here we see no more. Ring out the ford of rich and poor. Ring in, he says, ring out the grief that saves the mind. He says that these bells, the ringing of these bells, uh, should should finish all the griefs, all the griefs um, which uh, which hampers mind to grow and which consumes all the energy of mind. For those that here we see no more, uh, that the people should not make sorrow over their dear ones whom they have lost, because the misery and the grief created by bereavement or someone's death uh, hampers the mind's growth, and it consumes the energy of mind. Ring out the ford of rich and poor. The poet wants that in the upcoming year there should be no forts, no battles, no fights between the rich and the poor people. um, Ring in redress to all mankind. He says that uh, these these fights between rich and poor should be left behind, and in that place um, uh, a human understanding should be established between all mankind, in which he wants that in the upcoming year uh, people should sympathize with each other and they should have sympathy and feelings for each other. Ring out a slowly dying cause and ancient forms of party strife. Ring out a slowly dying cause. He says that uh, with this ending of the year, all the uh, old order of things um, should die. Uh, all the old order of things should be left behind, and ancient forms of party strife. And with this end of the year, the battles which are going on between various factions of parties, political parties, uh, should be finished. ring in the nobler modes of life with sweeter manners, purer laws. And he says that with the upcoming year, noble modes of life should be established, and people should adopt sweet manners and pure and true laws. Justful laws should be established with the upcoming year. Ring out the want, the care, the sin, the faithless coldness of the times. And with this passing of the year, with this end of the year, poverty, miseries, and sin all should be finished, and and uh, and hard-heartedness uh, of people should be finished. Ring out, ring out my mournful rhymes, but ring the fuller minstrel in. The poet wants that with the end of this year, he wants that he all of his sorrowful, he will stop writing sorrowful songs, and with the new year, he will write the poems which full of happiness and hope. Ring out false pride in place and blood, the civic slander and the spite. And with the end of this year, the false pride in position and in birth, uh, and the and the and mean jealousies and backbiting should be uh, should be finished. Ring in the love of truth and right. And with the upcoming year, with the coming of new year, the the law of love should be established, in which people should love the truth and right. uh, Means an era of justice should be uh, start started. Ring in the common love of good, ring out the old saps of foul disease. And in this new year, all the foul diseases uh, should end, and the love of the love of good for common all the people should be established. Ring out the narrowing lust of gold, ring out the thousand wars of old, ring in thousand years of peace. The poet wants that with this end of the year, the greed for gold, the greed for wealth, and wars uh, fought for this greed of wealth should be end. And with the new with the upcoming year, with this new year, a millennium should start, in which the next 1,000 years will be of peace and prosperity and love. uh, Thus, in this poem, the poet wants all the social evils to be he wants all the social evils to end by the end of this year. And with the coming of the new year, he wants all the good things of life come in human life, like justice, peace, truth, love for truth, love for humanity, and etc. And he wants happiness and hope and aspiration for human beings in this new year. Thank you.